All right, thank you, James. Welcome, everyone. This is the weekly call of the REPS program. Today we have a special guest. Due to the changes that have been announced to Mozilla last week, Rosanna Kay has come to address any kind of questions. So we are going to dedicate the call of your questions, and I would like to invite you all to be part of this conversation. But before we start, I'm going to say hello to Paul, Arvin, Rosanna, James, Sammy, Lourdes, Arau, Jason, Generale, Harsil, Subrendra, I'm sorry for messing with the name, Melinda, Bob, Rabimba, Liv, Sarwar, Venkat, Sina, Juliana, Vishal, Yamama, and Faisal. I don't know if anyone else is watching us on Ermo. I see also Angel, added the name there, and Venkat. Welcome, and Marriott. Welcome everyone to this week's Reps call. Today we are kind of many, so I'm gonna just give the shout outs. Paul, also known as Seburo, also known as Mr. Sumo, for helping with the Play Store canned responses. Thank you, Paul, for all your work on the Respond tool. And we have another one for all the contributors helping with the Respond campaign. Your efforts are making a big difference to the launch of the update Firefox for Android. So thank you, people who have helped there. I know that Vishal organized with the local Indian community a big event yesterday where they coordinated. So that's amazing. And we have another shout out coming. But I know Rosanna's time is kind of limited because I messed up with the invitations. So I'm gonna go on that topic. So Rosanna, if you haven't known who Rosanna is, if you're not that oldie, Rosanna has been the REPS program manager a long time ago, around 4 years. It isn't that bad. And we used to work together, and now Rosanna is back to lead the community programs teams. And I know the changes announced last week have been a shock for a lot of you. It has also been for us as well, and we try to manage through those changes. So I know that you all have a lot of questions, so I brought Rosanna here to explain a little bit what we want to do in the future and also reply to any future question you have. Rosanna, the floor is yours.
Yes, fantastic. So first of all, thank you so much, everyone, for inviting me. I'm going to take some credit. I started this call many years back, and yes, I'm back home. So I'm actually pretty happy to be back here. I'm actually very excited to be back at the community team, and I've been observing from the sides, and I've seen like the amazing work that Constantina and Francesca and Ruben have been doing. And I'm also a fan of all of the communities, and I'm very happy that I see a bunch of names that I know. I'm not going to name them all because then I'll do the same roll call as Constantina did at the beginning. But I'm very happy to be here. And although I'm personally very excited to be back here, I know that there's some changes, various changes that happened at Mozilla. I'm sure that you all read the blog post from Mitchell. This is a very difficult year for, I think, everyone. I don't think that any of your countries has been spared, like this pandemic and the consequences, for the economy, for the health, and, in general. I think that we've seen ripples of that across the world. And so, unfortunately, it hit Mozilla pretty bad. And there were decisions made that many of us of course would not have to had, but that's what happened. We have lost very dear colleagues and friends, which is very hard. At the same time, I think that this more than ever means that as a community, right, who care for the open web, we can also come back together and show our support and drive initiatives, and continue pushing for the Mozilla mission, which I think remains as important as ever. If you look at what is going on all around the world, people going on the streets asking for their rights, making sure that governments hear them, and so forth, the internet remains the main infrastructure. And so I think there's a lot of us, there's a lot for us to do. And as sad as these changes are, we're confident that with the community's help, and like with this new team that has been put together, we're going to be able to continue working together and addressing these challenges in a creative way. And I hope that you also saw that email, like that blog post from Mitchell, where she says that there's going to be a renewed focus on the community. So I think that part of that is that we have a new team that is entirely dedicated to the community experience team. And we're going to be working on what is next, how we're going to support communities, and how do we get make the best out of the situation and move past this difficult moment together. So I just wanted to mention that, and I'm also very curious to hear what questions you have. I might not be able to answer everything, so I apologize if there's things that are unclear and I'm not able to answer them. But I think as the dust settles, we're going to be able to understand a little bit better, and also like take in all of your ideas and move forward. So I just wanted to open the floor. Constantina, I don't know if there's any questions already there.
There is one question from Discord, so I'm going to address this first. Somebody's asking, I'm wondering one question, stop projects like AR, VR, XR, MDN and others, can we still contribute?
Great. Okay, that's an excellent question. So first of all, I don't know exactly what is happening with the AR and VR projects, so I won't comment on that because I don't have like I don't know exactly right now at the moment what is happening. That with the MDN team, I want to say we are committed to MDN. Like if you've seen the Twitter channel, we are committed to MDN. And MDN is not going anywhere. There have been cuts to MDN, but Mozilla remains committed to MDN, and we're going to figure this out. So in the next time the MDN team joined the community team, and so Constantina and all of us, we're going to be working with the MDN team, and we're going to figure out how we help them now that the situation is different. So I think we're going to see more opportunities there to contribute. For the projects that I cannot right now speak about, we'll just wait until that is a little bit more clear. But we expect that with a different focus, we're also going to be able to unlock different contribution opportunities. So I think there is a lot for us to do now, and there's maybe some more space for creativity. So we're going to think about that. I don't have all of the answers, of course, but we'll work on that.
All right, Faisal is also asking some question he got from the community. Do we discontinue contributing to factions which are discontinued by Mozilla? Yeah, so that's a good question again. There's many projects to which I cannot speak. What I would say is that, like many of the Mozilla projects, I mean, all of the Mozilla projects are open source. And so that is one wonderful thing, which means like if you're very passionate about it, that's the beauty of open source. If you want to continue it, it's unclear, of course, in like how they're going to be supported. But I think that there's nothing, like if you look at Thunderbird, for example, Mozilla no longer takes it, or just take Firefox OS. Someone went on and built KaiOS. So there's always an afterlife for projects, even if they leave Mozilla, just because they're open source. So I cannot comment on the specifics of that, but I can tell you that fortunately we have the Mozilla public license, and things are open source, and therefore they're not going to go away. It's just in which teams will support them, that part isn't clear. Cool. Any other questions in the room? You can also speak up. You don't need to pass the questions to me. Hey, Paul. Paul?
Hi. I appreciate plans are probably still being worked on at the moment. It's probably too soon. But what would you personally like to see happen with Mozilla communities in the next 6 months or to a year? What are you most excited about seeing happen in this space? Right. So I mean, with the caveat that we're still working through all of this, I think that there's maybe an opportunity to come together with different communities, just because like we're gonna maybe try to pull more together the different community managers. So I know that the reps program and the campaigns have done a great job at sort of like surfacing like different opportunities. I hope to see more of that, different teams coming together. I also think that as Mozilla starts thinking about different spaces, like there's going to be some new product development.
I'm excited to figure out how that part of like exploring new products can be done with community. I don't have the answers right now. We're going to be working through that, but I think that there is a much more sort of like focused scope on that piece. So we'll be working through that and figuring that out. I don't have all of the answers, but I think that the one thing that Mozilla is doing is we're putting the focus on different areas, and so we're going to figure out how we sort of like bring the great energy from the community to those areas that are there and where the commitment is still there from the organization.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Any other questions in the room? Otherwise, we have some on the chat.
There's a question about reps, right?
Yeah, I can reply to those. Somebody is commenting on the Play Store campaign. Play Store reviews are really bad for the last update. I guess that's a good feedback that we need to bring to the Phoenix team. I don't think that's the volunteers' fault, to be honest. There are two questions about reps. How much reps program is impacted, and do we have new goals for the reps program? About the reps program is impacted, the program is still here. We're still committed to it. Francesca and I are still there with the council. That though, unfortunately, we lost a staff member. That is Ruben Martin. He was affected by the layoffs. I'm very sad about this. And it's a very big hit because Ruben was core to how the program continues and evolves, and he was part of the people that actually started it. But the program, as a program, is not impacted. The people, though, in the program were.
Maybe, yeah, this is a public call, so maybe this is not the best way to do it, but maybe this is a time for a love bomb.
Maybe we should love bomb him at the end of it. So another one, I was actually planning to give him a public thank you, but thank you, Rosanna, for letting me know. So the other one is, do we have new goals for the reps program? Currently, no. We are still continuing on the goals we had on H1. And the reason is the council, we actually don't want to create new goals. We want to see what is going to be the goals of the community programs team on how we are going to structure with new projects. And then the council decide on new goals, because I don't think it makes any kind of sense for us to decide new goals without having guidance from the team that we are going to work closely with. So we're not going to follow the very, I know you love me, that I add all the OKRs and the key results, and I tell you which council members are responsible for what. We're not going to do that for now until we firstly, as a community experience and community programs teams, figure out the goals there. And then we're going to do that. Any other questions?
I'm also happy to come back again. I apologize. I kind of have to run, but I'm really happy to come back again and get your questions. And yeah, I think that love bomb. I mean, this is a public call, so But I am very grateful to Ruben. He was actually one of the founding fathers of the Mozilla Reps program, and so I think we owe a great deal to him in terms of regional communities. And so I definitely encourage you to express your appreciation and support.
One last question, Rosanna, before you go, and then I will take over. Do we have any impact on budget support for events?
Right now, we are looking through everything that we were doing in the past, and we'll have to reassess because we're confronted with a new reality. I don't know that yet. We're going to try to figure out how we support the program the way we did it in the past. I just don't want to make any commitments that we cannot keep, but we will do our best so that it remains as it was. But no promises. I don't want to set wrong expectations.
Cool. Thank you, Rosanna, for participating. I apologize for Rosanna having only 10 minutes. We kind of messed up on the calendar invites.
Yeah, sorry.
But I commit that I will drag her again to this call.
I'm happy to come with more time, for sure.
So thank you very much, Rosanna. For the rest of you, if you have any questions, and I know the answers, I'm also very happy to reply. We still have 10 minutes. And I also want to do the love bond for Ruben.
Yes, definitely. See you all soon. Bye.
Bye, Rosanna. All right, folks. Any other questions in the room? You can ask. I can also reply the no. I don't have an issue saying that. Okie dokie. If you have questions, leave them on the. Oh, sorry. Somebody spoke.
Yeah.
Arvin.
Yeah. I think that as people are still living now, like by tomorrow, so we will have like we will just find out some more projects to be left or to be unheld. So yeah, it will be very difficult for communities to decide whether they need to still whether they are going to still contributing or they are just posing the efforts for projects like, for example, like Common Voice. So perhaps we will need a list or like a notes about which project we are focused now and which projects we are not that focused after like 1 or 2 weeks to help community to understand the overall situations.
That's a very good note, Arvin. I'm actually taking a note for myself to bring it to the team. Which programs are getting decommissioned or discontinued?
Yeah. Because the local volunteers are asking about whether we are going to contribute, still contributing to this project or that project, or we are stopped on this or on that. So they'll be very help a lot for everybody around.
Sure. Just a note, like for example, Common Voice. It's not like it's fully going away. People can still contribute there. It's that it doesn't have the effort that they used to have in the past. So if they want to still be able to contribute, they can still contribute. Also, a note: the layoffs have finished. People are losing their accesses, like the last day is tomorrow, but the layoffs have finished. Except I think there are some legal issues in France, and they still don't know exactly what is happening there because France has different laws than other countries. But there won't be any more layoffs. Like what happened has happened last week, and whoever has left has left.
Or maybe we can corroborate it on a document to list all the projects and the relative announcements. Like a Common Voice has an announcement on the Discourse, but not all projects we have is there, and there's an announcement. So yeah.
So Common Voice has an announcement. I think DisPitch also has an announcement. MDN has an announcement.
Yeah. And we can list all of them in one document for everybody to help everybody find all the information.
Okay, I will bring that comment back to the team. We have 6 more minutes. Does anybody have any other question? Otherwise, I would like all to say thank you to Ruben. All right.
So we are going to all to unmute.
You can do that. Before we do that, we have one last shout out. Most NUV, Most Neurons, Godzilla, Most Punyab, and Most Goose for the Response Campaign event. Congratulations, folks. And the last shout out is the big shout out. Also, sorry, all the little Mozilla communities that helped to organize the Play Store campaigns in India. Special thanks to Paul again. And the big shout out is for our amazing Nuke bot. Ruben, thank you very much for all your efforts that you have done for the reps last year. I don't know if you're watching this, but I'll make you watch this. Thank you. You have been a great impact to all of us. You have created with other people this program, and we appreciate all of your efforts. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a screenshot, and if you people like to unface mute, please do, so we can say to him hi. is the time that you can unface mute if you want to. Lei, unfortunately, cameras is bad. Yamama as well. Hey, I see Tunda and Pransu.
Hi.
Hey. All
Hey,
right.
Tunde. Hi.
This is the time you can unmute and say thank you, Ruben, and I will take a screenshot of all of you. Thank you, Ruben.
Thank you, Ruben.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Ruben.
Thank you, Ruben.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. You are going to be in a tweet, just so you know that it's going to say publicly thank you to Ruben. And I'm going to make you watch this. I think it will make him stay. Thank you all for participating. Also, I'm saying hello. I saw that some people joined. Vinsal, Tanzil, Maruf, and Tude, welcome. Thank you again for participating. If you have any other questions for the changes we talked about, feel free to add them on the discourse topic. I will also reply to Christoph's question there. And let me know if you have any other questions. You can also pick me personally. I'm on Matrix. You can find me there. Thank you very much, folks. Have a good day.
Right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.